Okay. I am so excited now to bring up Miss Judy'S staff.
This all got started because I go to MAUREEN'S Jazz Club. I've been going there every Tuesday night. And I was always so enamored of the musicians that are there, and so many of them do original music, and I thought, oh, I wish I could write music. But I'm a playwright and an actor for many years. So I thought, well, let me try something else. So I started with this one. Feeling really flirtable in her little black convertible, driving in the city looking, oh, so pretty. The wind was blowing through her hair. Guys were whistling everywhere. The day was filled with such pizzazz, with an overabundance of razzmatazz. Life was different when she was dating, so young and in the mood for mating, with her bow neatly in tow. The top was down, stars twinkling above. The perfect scenario, just ready for love. Soon there were many enjoyable kisses, but none of the yearning to be a missus. It felt right, enjoying romance and more. Passion soon leapt from the seat to the floor. So sexual on the living room sectional. North, south, every directional. Nicely done with agility and flair, perfectly controlled on a dining room chair. But as she got older, the men became colder, and soon life went from hot sex and fun to dull conversations, and then to a none. No men. Men want youth, and girls so silly, 'cause silly girls think men have more ability. Gone are the come-hither eyes and feeling romantic. Everything now had become so pedantic. With the final decision to remain unattached, she never became any one man's match. To her, single life was much more pleasing. Living alone might just bring forth teasing. But without warning, a jolt of fantasy sent her free spirit to gay Paris, where older women are not ignored. Au contraire, they are mostly truly adored for their wisdom and how to create sexual fun, bringing adoration to more than just one. And she met many men ready to show off their prowess. So, did she indeed find Parisian happiness? Oui, oui. Wow, oui. Oh, yes.
We'll do this like back and forth kind of thing. You. Yeah. You have fun, I have fun.
Yeah.
That's how we like to do it here.
Sound is great, I love it. It's very apropos.
Yes.
If only I were 30 years younger and you were 20 years more old, I wouldn't feel it was so very bold for me to say that it would be great fun to be able to play with you. Forgive me for talking this way. It's in the mood that I'm in today. I'm just having a fantasy. I don't want reality, because to be true, I don't want to own you. But I'd love to use you for one night. Get close for a little while, then let you go without a tear or a fight. There'd be no need for lies. We would have no ties. I've had all that before, and never want that anymore. I know I'm not your kind of mate. Honestly, this yearning to date began late. I've always been a dreamer, not a schemer, and I've never said this to anyone, but you are such a very kind person. There's no problem if it doesn't strike your fancy. You should never do anything that makes you feel antsy. And please, no excuses. It's not necessary. I understand if you might be wary. I must say, in a most sincere way, that I believed passion and intimacy was in the past, locked up in a strong trunk made to last. But Meeting you has evoked an exciting reverie of a forgotten and quite erotic memory. This is not easy, and I'm feeling very quizzy. But if you find you might be in the mood, please excuse me if this sounds crude. I was just wondering if one day, maybe this Sunday around 10, you might like to be with me in my den. I'll light a small candle and turn off every light. There's no need for the room to be too bright. Put a bottle of champagne in a bucket of ice for us to enjoy in the dark. So nice. But rest assured, no more can come of this thing. It would be just a one-time fling because I don't want to own you. Some years ago in a land far away, people lived their lives as we do today. Evil was manipulating some to find a way to say untruths, which destroyed unknown numbers of people. They just kept repeating hollow words to the sheeple until those lies were believed to be reality, because they were not met with the ferocity necessary. It caused their numbers to multiply, and as they grew, they were believed by the old and by the new. Ignorant ones trusted and approved of those words, and they continued to teach their kids the absurd. So on and on the lies and deceptions unchecked went, unstopped by anyone to whom they were sent. And before you knew it, the lies were viewed to be truth. Spewed and deliberately spread, the proof was made by the amount of time spent free from any apology or any dissent. Now, what happened as a result of this travesty? Society was turned upside down, and so was history. Insecurity caused hostility and lack of trust. Fear created the proclivity towards anger that would bust even the strongest bond. Our lives know no magic wand. One just had to look at what was said in the past to find that they have lasted. And then we ask why. Why have those words passed the test of time? Repetition. Repetition. Repetition answers that question. Constant affirmation by one and by all, like a man staring blindly at a bouncing ball. Nerves were unconsciously struck, and nobody seemed to give a fuck. Because words dropped like turds are absent of real meaning and feeling. They're wingless birds, unable to reach the ceiling. If you simply believe others willy-nilly, you are a fool. A fool who has become a willing victim, a tool for those who follow no rule. So how do you stop the lies and deceit? You run faster than they do and meet them using their own words to greet them. Honestly, you must use honesty as the weapon. Step on evil and shake up the mix. We must absolutely say nix! We can no longer afford to have liars be ignored. If nothing is done to stop them, they will only roar more. Chaos will prevail. Good ones will be locked up in jail. Don't be troubled or perturbed. Disturb the comfortable and comfort the disturbed, because lies are a poison that rules and kills surely as a gun. Towards countering the lies, we must run, and to outrace them, and we must out them, and outrace them, every last one. Thank you. In the blink of an eye. In the blink of an eye, you're born, you live, you die. A child in the future sees a photo in a book and asks, who is she? But there's no place to look, so you make up a story of your family tree. She was Mom's grandma, I think, a writer or an actress, not famous, on the brink of becoming someone. Her life once enjoyed now is done. This picture says nothing of her journey, but I hope it was fun. All of her belongings were cast out sadly by those who didn't know her and behaved quite badly. Unknown was what she did, oh, who she was. They threw the shit out. That's what everyone does. So her life is twice lost, gone like snow after a frost, and she will forever remain unknown. That life, sewn with the same thread as ours, well, maybe not as mundane, went up in a flame fueled by propane. Her memory simply floated up into the air. I wish I knew more. It seems so unfair, but it will surely happen to all of us, so no need to make a fuss. We are precious only to ourselves, in our own minds where we delve. This should remind us to value each day, to learn, to do, and have something to say. Because people remember our words most. Words are our party, and we are the host. In the blink of an eye, it all goes by. You live and you'll die. No need to cry. Life will go on without us near, and there will be a day, my dear, where in an old book of photos may be your face, with no one left who remembers your embrace or who you were. Nope. You too will be a blur, a drop in the bucket. So just grin and say fuck it. Please try to enjoy yourself before you too are dust on the shelf. It's true, being human is not sad. It's not bad. It's just reality with all its banality. Thank you.